I got a little scrapyard run action for you. Most of this is from my last video. Actually, I think all of it is. Some of this, I didn't show some of the stuff I found after I turned the camera off, but namely this weed eater deal. But I thought it might be interesting. If you watched my last video, you might want to see what all this stuff might be worth. I think I might have left something out. That's pretty much it right there, though. I might have left a few cords out, but I'm pressed for time. I started this video down at the storage unit, and I didn't have an SD card in my camera, so it's always a fun way to start out. Scored myself one of my totes, or one of my brand of totes. If you ever see a Rubbermaid roughneck, you will want to have it. In my opinion, best totes made. All right, so lots of scrapyards probably won't let you do this. That's blinding. It's the power of the sun. Now I can't see what I'm doing. Most scrapyards won't want you to do this. You'll just want to pull up to the scale when you go there. But just once you know how scrapyards let you do things. I know a lot of people make the comment, why don't I do this before I come? But even if I do sort it out, I still have to put it all into one container and then sort it out to scale anyways. But doing it like this actually saves them a lot of time, because I can just carry these buckets up to the scale, wham bam, get her done. But it's really not a lot of different. Like this guy's gonna go around to the big scale on the back, and he's gonna have to unload it and sort it out just the same way I'm doing here. But anyways, you'll want to know how your scrapyards want to do things. These oftentimes will be made out of a big chunk of aluminum, so that'll be aluminum breakers on that. I had a question in my video, last video, about these, if they go on tin shred, or if there's something else in there that people want. A lot of this stuff you can take apart, like there's a bit of copper on there, and there would be some brass bits in there if you want to take the time to do that. If that's your thing, there's some in there. I just throw them in a tin shed. I've been doing this for years, 12, 13 years, 14 years, 13 years. And I just do the buzzsaw method and just get rid of stuff. But like in here, there is some decent brass and stuff in there. You know, if you got yourself a shop or you have the right setup, there's definitely some brass in there you could take apart. Take all those nuts out of there. Those are brass. And like in circuit breakers, there will be some low-grade silver usually, unless they're real old, and there'll be real silver in there. But a lot of that stuff consumes a lot of time. These are aluminum plates out of that real deal. But, it's just different strokes for different folks. Now maybe that works. Someone could maybe fix that weed eater, you know, but I'm just gonna scrap it. So most of these George Foreman, these aren't George Foremans, but these kind of cookers, they have real nice aluminum plates, and sometimes for easy cleaning they'll just pop right out. Other times you'll need to have a screwdriver. But that's the easy cleaning one. That one's designed nice. See how that just popped out of there? I'm a big fan of working smarter than harder, so I appreciate a product engineered like that. But let's see, what am I doing here? Too busy talking. Another never-ending question is these brass prongs and these plugs. That is brass. If I had a big piece of machinery like a hammer mill or a shredder or something, I would definitely save these up and run them through a machine. You can take like a pair of pliers or channel locks and pull these out if you want. Same kind of deal as picking the brass bits out of that kind of stuff. But no one around here wants these for the scrap yards go. They're just too hard in the scrap world, too tedious. No one really wants them. I mean, as far as where I live, some yards might give you something for that, but they don't even have a category for those anymore. So as long as I don't have very many, they let me just throw them in, or they tell me to just throw them in with the shred. But so like this shred will go through a huge shredder at a mill somewhere, and it'll spit out non-ferrous, I'm pretty sure, into a pile, and that probably will be collected somewhere at some point. Not exactly sure how that works out, but where I live, it's much more valuable to cut those off. Wire becomes much more valuable. That just went from 35 cents a pound to 70 cents a pound by cutting that plug off there. Price is not, it might not be exact, but somewhere around there. What we've got here is a bucket of aluminum. These like outlet covers, George Foreman grill deals, some aluminum electrical utility deals. Got some number 2 insulated copper wire. They call it 50% here now. Got some number 1 insulated wire. Threw in a couple pieces of this copper. That's not enough to weigh, so I just put it in there, make it look pretty. Maybe a pound of cans, a couple of empty buckets. That's always exciting. Little electric motor here. This is a tub full of aluminum breakage. Sewing machine, weed eater. This has some wire in it. That's an aluminum conduit wrapped in black plastic. Little light fixture with light bulbs in it down there. And this roofing type deal there with some nails sticking in it. Aluminum breakage is aluminum with other material stuck to it. Bucket of tin shred here. That's those grills after the aluminum plates are taken out. That's those grills in there. This is some sort of hydraulic type hose made out of steel, woven steel. We've got some short steel here. Short steel is just a little bit better priced than tin shred. So if you have a bunch of it, you'd really want to separate it out. And this amount, it doesn't really matter. I might gain a few cents there, maybe a nickel. And then this, I'll have to see what they want to do with this at the scale. It's got aluminum chunks and copper chunks. It's an aluminum wire and a copper wire inside there. Been chopped off by them electricians. They might give me a low grade insulated copper wire, or maybe a number 1. See what they want to do. But that's some nice copper in there. That's another deal where if you want to take the time, you can pick that out of there for sure. But let's go see what it's worth. Oh yeah, and I contemplated selling this on eBay, but I've kind of gotten away. Once upon a time I would try to sell that. I would sell that all day long. Problem is, with like that sewing machine, you gotta be able to test it out to sell it to someone on eBay, you know what I mean? And I don't even have the knowledge to fully test that thing out. You know, I don't know, something missing there, I don't know how to sew, so that's the good thing about scrapping stuff. You don't have to worry about anything. It's just money in your hand. So I'm gonna cut the cord off that. That's probably worth some money. I probably should sell it on eBay. It's got something here it's got something rattling inside of it. You know what I mean? So I've just learned to just eliminate a lot of nonsense from your life. So I'm just gonna cut the cord off that and scrap that. So there it is, tin shred, nice little piece of copper wire, insulated. That's just how it is. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I could probably look on the internet and regret, you know, that might be $30–40. But the problem with dumpster diving and scavenging is a lot of stuff is actually thrown away because there's something wrong with it. You know what I mean? So it's got to rattle. You might want to avoid selling rattly things that you can't test out. You know, parts of repair maybe, but that's the problem with the dumpster diving. It's not as cut and dry and black as white as, you know, just seeing something and saying, hey, that's worth this much. It's trash, you know. A lot of it's good, a lot of it's not. Just avoid wasting time. I could put hours. I guess what I'm trying to say is I could put hours into testing this out. You know, hours and hours and hours, and maybe it works, and maybe I make $40. But you know, I put 6 hours into it. You know, who knows? But anyways, just an example. 5 o'clock and almost dark. Yay. See what we're dealing with here. Aluminum cans, 35 cents. For those copper aluminum bits, the wires that were cut, he ended up giving me aluminum copper radiator for $1 a pound. So that makes sense. Big chunks of copper, big chunks of aluminum. Brass, $1.30. Number 1 copper, $2.20. Number 1 insulated copper, $1.10. So that scrapyard I was at yesterday, they gave me 5 cents a pound for this, and this scrapyard's giving 40 cents a pound. I mean, that's amazing. That's actually 8 times more. Or 8 times less, I should say. That's probably closer to normal. Number 2 insulated, 60 cents. It's not bad. Whole junk cars, 5 cents a pound. Long steel. This would be like a bed frame, long steel, 4.5 cents a pound. Short steel would be something under 3 feet long, like that concrete steel spike I had. Would be short steel, and like a bed frame would be 4.5 cents. Aluminum breakage is a nickel, that's low. I remember when this used to be 30 cents a pound. Electric motors used to be 30 cents a pound. This is a long time ago when stuff was at almost all-time high. Well, I think anyways, around here. Stainless, 30 cents. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. It's kind of weird. 30 cents for typical aluminum. And extruded, high grade aluminum is 45 cents a pound. So prices are not too bad these days. They could definitely be better, but they could definitely be worse. Just think if every scrapyard, I wouldn't even do this if every scrapyard was like that one I was at yesterday. Just wouldn't make sense. Got myself a new bin, tote. $48 pounds of tin for $1.92. Number 1, 65% insulated copper wire, 3 pounds for $3.30. 26 pounds aluminum breakage for $1.30. That's what it really cost me. I wish I had aluminum breakage, was worth more. Junk wire, 30% insulated, 3 pounds, $1.05. 2 pounds aluminum cans, 70 cents. And they gave me cast aluminum for that bucket of aluminum. 8 pounds for $2, 25 cents a pound. Anyways, it'll buy dinner. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed this session. And as always, thanks for watching.